What up, y'alls? This is SKIMP Killer, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the upper control arm and ball joint on a 1998 Honda Civic, and maybe this will work for other cars. So the first thing, and I already kind of did this, is you'll have this little pin, and I think it's called a cauterizing pin because it like heat seals it in place. So you're going to get some pliers and pull it out. Yours will probably be a little bit tougher than that because I already took mine out. Next, you're just going to get your ratchet and just do that. Loosen that up. There we go. Take that bad boy off. And they call that a castle nut. I don't know why, but now what you're going to do, you're going to screw that bitch back on there backwards. You're going to get it so it's flush with the screw here. Grab yourself a mallet, boom. Might take one or two taps, but you'll tap it. Then go ahead, take this off. You can fucking throw this away because you're going to be replacing it, so it should come with all this new shit. And that'll just come right off, as you can see, and then we're gonna go to the next step. Alright, so your next step here, you're gonna find over here where your springs and stuff or whatever plug into, and if you look, maybe you can see it. I can't see my screen. Oh, there it is right there. So you want to get at that little bolt right there. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. I got this come on phone. Come on phone. I got this cool little ratchet that it's kind of smaller, so it kind of is able to, come on, where am I even aimed at? Oh, there we go. So it's able to get on there, and you're going to want to go ahead and set this to loosening mode, and then you're just going to want to go ahead and loosen that one. And then there's another one you kind of see over here behind the battery. You can't really see it. Maybe if I put the phone, it might be upside down, but over on the other side you can figure it out. You know, you just look under here, because it's, see these fucking, those bolts there, so you just look where that is, then you come back up here, you can fucking figure it out. But you want to go ahead and loosen those up. So update, that screw down there is kind of long, so you're probably going to want to go ahead and take off that bolt, and then that bolt down there, so you can take your air filter off here and give it a bit more room. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to go ahead and loosen that. We'll come back to you here in a second. Oh, and then be careful, because this screw, there's like a whole bunch of stuff. Like that thing, like, goes down there, and then you got this rubber stuff and stuff. So be aware of that, and don't drop it down into your engine, because that would be bad. So for this one down here, kind of a pain in the ass, because you can see not a lot of room. And I don't have one of those extender things for my sockets, so I'm just using a breaker bar. Maybe a little bit extreme, but it'll do the job. So we're gonna go ahead and finish taking off this air filter here, so we can take these screws out or whatever. And then same story as the last one. Just be careful, because this one's got some extra shit. It's some rubbery stuff there, and so just make sure you remember how that came off, so you can put it back on the same way. Pro tip from the YouTube mechanic. And then now, as you can see, we got this kind of loose, so we're going to be able to get back in there, and then just keep on tightening this motherfucker. Oh yeah, doing it fast. Alright, and then we're going to move on to the next bolt here in a second. So we got the first screw out. So as you can see, this just all kind of comes loose. So now we're going to move on to this screw. And that one's behind the battery here, so we'll probably just go ahead and disconnect the battery for right now and take it off so that we can go ahead and access this area that we need to. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Here's another little pro tip for y'all if you gotta disconnect your battery and you're worried about electrocuting yourself. A lot of people fuck this up and they just take the negative off and just leave the ground. But if you take your ground off first, while you're taking your ground off, since that's the ground, you don't got to worry about touching metal. And then once your ground is off, there's no longer a circuit, so even if you touch your positive, your hot terminal, and you're touching metal on your car, you ain't gonna shock yourself. So remember that. Take your ground off first, then take off your positive terminal. You save yourself from electrocuting yourself, unless you're into that kind of shit. Alright, so we got the battery out, and so now we're just gonna go ahead and get on that bolt, do the same thing, take that out, and then our upper control arm and what's the other thing called? A ball joint. I think that's all just gonna come sliding right out. What is it even focusing on right now? Can't the fuck? Oh yeah. So yeah, that bolt right there. All right, so we got that screw out, and then this was like that, but it'll slide right out. And as you can see, you can just look in there. Where's the camera? I mean, this one was pretty much gone to shit. So we got the old one out, and now we wait for the parts store to call and tell me that they got the new one, and we can grab the new one, plop that right in. It's gonna be pretty simple. Hey, look at that. That's the guy that's fucking showing you how to fix your motherfucking car. Holla! Alright, so we got our new control arm here, and we're just gonna go wedge this bad boy back into up here where it went. I'm probably gonna have to put the camera down so I can wedge it in there better, but you just want to wedge it up and line it up so you can get them fucking bolts and shit through again. So I'm gonna put the phone down and do that real quick, and then we'll get back with y'all's. And we got it wedged up there, and as you can see, it'll kind of stick there, so that way you can get them bolts in. And we'll go do that right now. Alright, so we got them bolts on there nice and tight. Now all we want to do, just line this back up. I don't know what this piece is called, but it's going to attach, and this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I'm going to get it, or probably have to twist this a little bit. But hold on, we'll come back to this in a second. Okay, problem solved. What was going on was I forgot to take this thing off, and that's just a little piece of plastic that just kind of protects that from getting shit in it. So just get that, get your new bolt, start down, get that to start to thread. Oops. But yeah, you're gonna squeeze that down. It'll stick out the bottom there, and you're gonna thread it on. Alright, so once we got that on there, just go ahead and tighten her up. And as you can see, this new one doesn't have the castle nut or the cauterizing pin, so probably just have to hit it up with a lighter real quick to make sure it's heat sealed. But you're pretty much just going to want to tighten that bad boy up. Actually, we're going to hit that up with my other ratchet set, so I can get a better grip on there. Hold on. Alright, so I got my somewhat smaller ratchet on there now. Then just go ahead, get that bad boy nice and tight. Oh, almost fell over. Ugh. Alright, get her nice and tight there. she's all good to go. I mean, I still gotta fix this, but up here's feeling a lot more solid. There's a little fitting that goes on top of there for like a grease gun or something, but I don't know if I'm supposed to do that now or at a different time. But yeah, so there you go. There's me. Can I see my reflection? Where's my reflection? So peace out, y'alls. I hope you learned something, and just get out there and fix your cars.